Hello, everyone, and welcome to our podcast. This is where two friends sit down and discuss a variety of topics, along with what's going on in our lives. I am Dylan, and with me here, as always, is Matt. How you doing today, Matt?
I am doing great, mainly because I'm not looking at you through a screen anymore.
Oh.
We're actually up in your what is this? This is
one of the many bedrooms.
One of the many bedrooms in this house.
Yes, the biggest one. It's a large one. Enough room to... We can fit like 10 more people in here.
We could. I'm not on this table, though, because we are using one of the smallest tables I've ever seen.
I know. Our mics keep falling off the stand.
Yeah, so if you hear... if one of them goes, you'll know, and then we'll just cut it.
So. They won't know. We'll hide it. We'll hide it well.
So how have you been, man?
I've been good.
When was the last time? Facial hair going on.
I've been growing it out.
I know. Good.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
I can't really grow too much. I can I have.
It looks good.
I can do a mustache pretty well, but then anything on the side just comes in patchy if it gets long.
Yeah. Well, if you get it real long like this, it starts to
fill in
somehow.
That's true. When was the last time you shaved?
Early July 1st or something. Or no, probably maybe even before that.
Okay, so it's been like a full month.
At least a month. Yeah.
Okay.
But you look good with a mustache. What happened to that?
I just shaved it one day, and it was funny because I shaved it, and I was like, man, my upper lip looks a lot smaller now. I was like, I don't know if I like this anymore. Maybe I look better with a mustache. So that's why I haven't shaved in like 2 weeks. So I was like, maybe I'll bring the mustache back because, it just made my face complete.
It's not a bad look.
No, it's not.
But yeah, I'm going to try to grow this thing out till it's Christmas, but we'll see.
Ooh, that's a long time.
Yeah, it's probably not going to happen because it'll look crazy.
Yeah.
But if I could keep it, I got some beard oils and stuff I'm going to start investing in, and like.
There you go.
And make it look real nice and sexy.
Shampoo, condition.
Oh yeah, make it real soft.
That'll be nice.
We'll see.
I've never gone longer than maybe like a quarter of an inch.
A quarter of an inch? I mean, this isn't that long.
I'd say that's a little bit over a quarter of an inch.
Yeah, probably.
So
this is like I said, almost a month and a half now, I guess.
I don't think I've ever gone a month without shaving.
Okay, try it. It's crazy.
I just don't think it'll look good.
Yeah,
I mean, now's the time. I'm working from home still, so.
I know. That's what I'm doing it, man.
That's why I did the mustache, too.
Yeah. I like the mustache. And that's what I'm probably going to go to next.
Just shave everything else?
If I do plan on shaving, I'm going to go straight to a mustache. Wear that for a couple weeks, see how that goes.
There you go. Get people's input.
Yeah. And then go back to normal.
There you go.
But nobody wants normal.
Normal's boring.
We want hair.
Normal is boring.
Anyway, so what's going on? Anything going on in the news or anything we want to talk about?
In the news, well, let's go with your story first because you mentioned it.
Okay.
As we were setting up, and it blew my mind.
Yeah, I literally just got back and I saw this, and this is kind of crazy. So, powerlifting champion Alexander Schitt breaks both knees during 800-pound squat attempt. So basically, he was going up 800 kilograms. It says here.
800 kilograms.
He was attempting to lift 800 kilograms, around 880 pounds. Oh, okay. I thought there was more.
800 kilograms?
Yeah.
That's 1,800 pounds. That's like 1,700 pounds.
Right. I mean, I don't know. This is CBS Sports, so...
If it's 800 kilograms, that's 1,700 pounds.
Yeah, they can't Okay, so that's wrong. So whoever wrote this, I don't know. So he went down for the squat, broke both knees, and also snapped both of his quads. I haven't watched this video. I'm not going to watch it. I don't even know if there's a video.
Oh my God, that sounds awful.
And he says, the main thing is I must lie motionless in bed for 2 months. Jeez. So I feel really bad for that guy. And then he says he'll also have to be...
800 pounds.
He'll have to be taught how to walk again as well.
Yeah, what is that? 800 kilograms?
Man.
Oh, wait, maybe I'm looking up the wrong thing because it says 800 kilograms is about 800 pounds.
That's what I'm looking at. CBS Sports, man. They're wrong. They don't know what they're talking about.
2 pounds. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, you're right because kilograms is 2.2 pounds.
Is 1,706. Yeah, 1,763.7 pounds.
Yeah. So don't.
I mean, maybe weightlifters are doing that, but that seems like a lot.
No, nobody. 800 pound squat is like that's what people do. Barely.
Yeah, because that's almost a ton. That man is almost.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay. Yeah, because a ton is 2,000 pounds.
Yeah, and pray for him.
My God, what would you do in bed for, what is it, 2 months? Is that what it says?
Lots of video games.
Yeah. Oh,
Lots of books. Oh, I'd get so many books out of the way.
That's true. You've been reading a lot right now? Or no?
Oh, yeah.
I have not been. I'm falling behind.
I thought you were reading The Witcher.
I am. I haven't finished the book that I was supposed to finish in July yet.
Oh no.
I've got like 100 pages left.
And that's the same one?
It's the same one that I read
The last
through
Witcher?
No. There's one more Witcher book that I'm supposed to be on now.
Okay.
But I just haven't gotten to it. I keep delaying it.
Hey, that's okay. I've been reading a lot. I'm almost done. I'm halfway through a book, actually.
Is that the book you texted me about? What was it called?
This one's called Red Sister. It's by Mark Lawrence. He wrote the Prince of Thorns series trilogy, if you've ever heard of that. It's pretty popular in the fantasy genre. This one's really cool, though. So she's like a little girl. She's like 9 years old, and she becomes like she gets like recruited to be a nun.
Ooh.
But like a warrior nun. Like all these warriors are badasses. And she has like a blade class to like learn how to use her sword. And like, of course, she's like special. She's got like super instinct. She's like super, super fast and can like almost like kind of like slow time a little bit because she's so fast.
Yeah, So she doesn't slow time. She just moves so fast. She looks at time slower.
Right. So she can like do some crazy things. But like the book just picks up really quick, and there's always stuff happening. And she's going to school. It's like it's kind of like Harry Potter and the Name of the Wind. I know you didn't read Name of the Wind yet, but
I have not. No.
He goes to school a lot,
but I
too.
should.
He's going. It's pretty good. Although I don't know where that trilogy is going. So, Anyway, so this book's awesome, and all I hear is good reviews for this book too. So like the whole it's a trilogy. So I'm like so excited to read the next two. So
yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, I do recommend it too if you guys want something that's like a Harry Potter warrior nun type.
Are there wizards?
There are.
Don't
kind
spoil
of like,
anything.
Yes.
Okay, so there are.
I mean, there's tribes. There's 4 tribes of blood tribes. So you're either a descendant from like a Garrett, who's like you're a giant, a Hunska, who's like super super fast. That's what our main character is, Nona, or you can have like some kind of magical abilities that are like very kind of unclear right now of what they do and what you can do with these.
Yeah.
But they kind of subtly hint at like there's other people with it, and some people have all these bloods and can do all of these things, and there's like super rare and powerful.
That's the person to be.
Yeah, so it's really cool. It's really interesting. If you like fantasy, it's my favorite genre. That's what I like to read.
Fantasy's fun to read.
Yeah.
I do enjoy the occasional, like sci-fi thriller one too. One of the books that I read last year, I read it in like, I think, I forgot who, either my dad got it for me for my birthday because he read it. And and I read it in like a weekend just because it was so good.
Yeah. What is it?
Yeah. It's called Dark Matter. It is a book about.
I think you told me about it.
Yeah, I might have because it's like one of the only ones I've read in like the past like 5 years, sci-fi wise, and it's just so interesting. It's about like a guy who has been studying. What is it? It's called like the relative. Basically, that there's many different worlds out, or there's many different universes or settings, and there's like parallel stories. So like in one timeline, I pick up this cup to take a drink of water. And then, but in another, maybe I accidentally spill it.
Yeah.
But the way they do it too is like, it's so cool just how they describe how they actually change to different universes. Although I keep saying universes, but that's not the
term?
The term I want to use.
Like multiverse theory or something.
Yeah. Yeah, it's basically that. Yeah, it's like different timelines of the world. Multiverse, I guess, makes sense. But it's just really cool. I highly recommend it, especially the way they do it too. It's like they designed this machine that the only reason we weren't able to like go to timelines before is because like other people were watching everything happen.
Yeah.
So they like built this machine that reflects everything outwards so that no one can see into it. And that's the reason they're able to like hop to different dimensions or so, is because that nobody's watching it. It's like Schrodinger's cat is alive and dead when you see it, but if you can't see it, is it neither?
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
So that was a really cool part of it too. So yeah, that's a good book.
Sweet.
I got a little off on that one, but
cool. I wrote it down.
Yeah. So other than that, I haven't been doing too much. What is it? I started watching. You been watching anything fun?
The Umbrella Academy?
I haven't, no, but Rec, my roommate, says he's going to plan on starting to watch that. Because I heard the first season came out, and I heard it was good. I just didn't touch it. And then the second season is coming out, or is out.
Is out. It just came out. The first season, I thought was like very average. It's probably why you never heard me mention it, or any of you listening, you're probably like, oh, Dylan never talked about that show. It was okay. It's got one of my favorite actors, Robert Sheehan. He plays Klaus. Klaus, sorry. He's not German. He's Klaus. I don't know. Anyway, he's one of my favorite actors. He's in Misfits. If you ever watched that show, it's a British show.
I did watch that show.
Do you remember
that was a good show.
Remember Robert Sheehan, the main character? Anyway,
I'm
he's
looking at a picture
really
of him right
funny.
now.
I always thought he was funny and just he comes off so natural. But anyway, the second season's really good though of Umbrella Academy. Some questionable storylines like the Ellen Page part, but very good.
Yeah, I
very
saw Ellen
interesting.
Page is in it too now.
Yeah, she's an incredible actress.
Was she in
too,
the
by
first
way.
season or is she just in the second season right now?
She's in both.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I just saw a promo of her standing with all the other people, and I was like, oh, I didn't know she was in it.
So basically, I'll just give you a gist of the story. Basically, a really rich guy, a really smart, like billionaire guy, he buys like these kids who have superpowers, and he adopts like 8 of them or 7 of them, and he calls them the Umbrella Academy, and they go fight crime and stuff, and they do things for him basically. And he adopts them when they're kids, and they grow up, and that's kind of where the show takes place. And they grow, and I'm not gonna say any more. But if you're interested in something like that, there you go. And it's a lot of comedy, goofy, really silly stuff at points, and I don't care for the directing at some points. But I think the acting's great. It's very fun.
You can look past
it's
a lot
easy.
of it.
It's easy to watch. It goes fast.
There's a character with a fish as a head.
There's a guy with like a fish. Like a bowl, like a fish bowl on top.
I've seen
and the
pictures
fish
of
talks
that.
for.
That got me interested.
Yeah,
Just looking
that's
at
a
that.
cool character.
And there's a monkey too, right?
There's a talking butler monkey.
Awesome. Very
Yeah.
good.
So it's got a lot of cool things.
Sounds like X-Men, but instead of Professor Xavier saving the kids, he's buying them.
Yeah, and it's a lot of mystery stuff that you don't know what's going on really, or why he
wants them.
Really, why he got these kids. Like, there's a lot of cool mysteries too to keep you interested and wanting to watch more. So it does come recommended to me just because the second season was. I really enjoyed it.
I'll try it. I mean, I was looking at it before, and I'll try it out. Are the episodes? How long are the episodes? Are they like 45 minutes each, or like an hour?
Yeah, I think they're 40. I mean, they're longer. They're 45 minutes, I think.
Right.
But they, like I said, they go by so quick. I breezed through the second season.
Yeah.
And so yeah.
Okay.
What about you?
What is it? I have been watching because as I've said on the other podcast before, I don't watch that much stuff. So I really prefer stuff that's like 20 minutes, really short and sweet episodes. Sure. And a lot of those are like comedies, which is fine. I like comedies too. And what I just started watching, because what is it? My uncle recommended it, and then my mom had mentioned she watched it, and she was almost done with it. Is on Netflix called Schitt's Creek.
I knew you were gonna say this. Yeah. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
I was waiting for you to say it.
Have you seen it?
I've seen some few episodes. I really want to get it. I've only seen it bits and pieces.
Okay.
I love it though. I really,
it's so funny.
Yeah, I like what I've seen. I like Eugene Levy's son, whatever his name is, David.
Yeah, David, Daniel, something.
Yeah,
starts with a D.
I think he's so good. He's so
They're
funny.
both. I like all of them are like great in it. I didn't even realize though that the dad and the son are dad and son in real life. I could just tell.
I looked at him like, is that
they have like
son?
the same like style of
their
look
eyebrows
too.
are huge.
Their eyebrows are so thick. And then their daughter's in it too, and she's like the waitress.
Oh yeah.
Whatever her name is. But yeah, it's not. I wouldn't say it's like the funniest show I've ever watched, but like a lot of the writing is very clever.
It's good.
And it's funny, and the acting is phenomenal in my opinion. I think everybody just does a fantastic job. I'm still a little weirded out by the wife's just her face. She's old.
Yeah,
she's a little bit. I'd say she's older than most of the cast.
She didn't age well.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, she's funny and she acts very well, but yeah, her face is a little.
Mm-hmm.
It's old.
Yeah, I agree with that. It was like
bad.
I was interested
Some people
in
might like that.
The casting, but I think she's a famous actress too. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, she's been in a bunch of other things.
I think. Yeah. So I wonder how old she is. Look up how old she is.
I'm looking it up right now.
90, 95.
At least. I mean, it's good for her for walking so much too in the show. Yeah, Catherine O'Hara is her name, and I apologize, Catherine O'Hara, if you're listening.
Yes,
you're beautiful. Yeah. Okay, she's 66 years old, so she's not that old. But
maybe she's got a lot of
just for listeners
face work done. Or
yeah, that could be it too. And that
was she hot when she was young? They show some hot young pictures.
I mean, Catherine O'Hara young.
He's typing shirtless. Matt.
Oh, sorry.
It's a family podcast.
Oh my goodness. You know, she kind of looks. Hold on, let me pull it up. Let me pull up a good image, and I'll show it over. I mean, she looks like. Okay, that's a pretty. I mean,
describe her to the viewers and to me because I'm not.
This young picture of her. Basically, imagine her face now, but it's not weighed down by gravity. And She has shorter hair, and well, this is a black and white picture, so that just shows you how old she is. In this black and white picture,
they didn't even have color pictures back then. Wow, so she's old.
Yeah, but she's. I mean, I'd turn my whole computer, but I'm afraid I'd lose some connection or something like that.
Yeah,
and
no, it's fine. I pulled it up.
Yeah, she's. I mean, she's pretty when she's. And she just.
Yeah, not bad.
I feel like she's fine. She's a great actor though.
Are we allowed to be talking about this?
I don't think we're qualified.
All right, let's move on.
So yeah, that's a great show. That's what I've been watching. So.
Cool. Yeah, I want to watch it. And that's my next thing that I'm going to start watching, I think. So that's cool. I'm glad you like it.
And then what is it? The Boys comes back in the beginning of September.
4th.
Yeah, September 4th or 9th.
Everyone I've known loves this show.
It's such a good show.
I know.
It's so good. It's just the concept of what if superheroes are really shitty people.
Yeah.
Is really good.
And I like how the main characters aren't superheroes either.
Yeah, they're just regular dudes.
They're just regular people
who just want to stop these superheroes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I want to check that out. And then one more thing I want to bring up. Disney Plus. Do you have Disney Plus? Or do you his family have it?
Yeah, we do.
Okay. Did you hear about the Mulan thing?
No, what happened?
Mulan, which is a movie that was supposed to come out in theaters.
Yeah, I've been waiting for it.
It's not coming out in theaters because, of course, theaters aren't going to be open.
Yeah, COVID.
Correct. COVID is stopping it. Same with the reason. What is it? Christopher Nolan's Tenet movie is probably going to get delayed until like next year or 2 years.
That's fine.
Anywho, Mulan was supposed to come out in theaters. Everybody was like, "Oh, Disney's never gonna put that out on Disney Plus because they're gonna lose so much money on that."
Would they?
Well, maybe.
I would subscribe to it just to watch the movie.
Well, yeah. So, but they are coming out with Disney Plus now.
Oh,
the news is it's coming out Disney Plus, but you have to pay $30 to rent it.
$30.
So you have to be subscribed Disney Plus, $10 a month, and you have to pay $30 to then rent it and watch it within 24 hours, and you lose access to it.
Is anyone gonna do that?
I mean, me and my roommate were talking about this really quick. Like in a sense, for like you and me, maybe no, we were not going to do it.
No,
because it's not worth it. I mean, the movies here in where you live are really cheap to go to, and where I live in Chicago, they're expensive. So it's like $20.
Yeah.
So like in a sense, it kind of makes sense if me and Rec really wanted to watch it, but we don't that much.
Right.
But think if you're like a family with like 2 kids or 3 kids who are now being homeschooled or learning from school. That's cheaper than buying tickets for all of them to go to the theater. See, and you don't have to buy popcorn from the theater, which is like the most expensive thing out there.
If you have a family, or even if we have like a group of people.
Correct. We have like a movie night.
Right. But the only thing is the competition. I mean, how many other things can you watch right now? You know what I mean? Like,
correct.
Do you want to watch Mulan, or you could watch the other 5,000 things that are on Hulu and Netflix and
that are
HBO
coming out where you don't have to
Prime.
pay $30.
Right. There's so much free shows that are just coming out.
Yeah.
Or not. They come with the subscription. They just like, I'll wait. Oh, I could wait 4 months or whatever, how long it takes until it's cheaper. So I'm curious about how many people actually watch this movie.
I bet you if they did a test of it or some of the statistics showed who bought it, it'd probably be moms and dads with like a family of like 4 or so, or 3, even 3. Like just, I mean, if you have a kid, you're probably gonna be like, if you can get them to sit down, if they're young and you can get them to sit down for like 3 hours, that's probably worth the payment right there.
Yeah, like I said though, I mean, I don't know. There's just so much else out there, you know.
Yeah, so that was an interesting one too, and I'm excited because maybe, what is it, Black Widow, the new Marvel film, was supposed to come out later this year in September or November.
Oh, so would you pay for that one?
I think I might.
Would you pay $30?
I think I might.
Okay.
Because I don't technically I don't pay for Disney Plus right now because I get it from a friend.
So you're steal it.
Thank you, Mike. No, I thank him every once in a while. Great friend.
Okay.
So I mean, like, yeah. I mean, well, that's the question too. Is like, if I rented it, would we both be able to watch it? Because then that'd be worth it. Then we'd split it. You know, be like, hey, you give me $15, I'll give you $15.
I think that'd be fair.
Yeah, but that's maybe you can't watch it more than once. Well, no, you have to. That'd be real crappy. I know iTunes lets you watch it as many times as you want within the 24 hours.
Period. Yeah, I think that's probably how everyone does it.
Yeah,
because there could be network connection.
Yeah, just kicks you. Your router goes out and you lost the whole movie.
There it goes.
You gotta rent it again for $30.
Yeah, that would suck.
That'd be awful.
I just want to take this real quick moment to let everyone know that you can subscribe to our channel. If you click the little subscribe button and there's a little bell icon, you can click on that, and that way you can get alerts every single time a new video and podcast shows up. We also have an email address, Dylan and Matt podcast@gmail.com. If you write into that email, we'll actually go ahead and read those emails live. We're going to do that a little bit later at the end of the show, so stay tuned for us to read some emails. All right, Matt.
All right. That's a good section because we talked a lot about TV and stuff like that. I wanted to dive into some other news today.
Okay.
That dropped while I was at work. Now, this is games related, but it's not about playing any games and stuff like that. It's about the business behind the games.
Ooh.
Which I think is very interesting. So everybody knows what's a big game right now that's been big since like 2018?
Fortnite.
Absolutely. Fortnite.
Yes.
This has been blowing up today because, and there's a lot of things I didn't know. What is it? Apple, when you put an app on the App Store, if there are any purchases inside that app, they have to go through the App Store, and Apple gets a 30% cut.
Oh.
Of every purchase from an app. This is why, and they have like a really like hard, like guidelines or terms of sale or something like that for what you have to do to put an app on the store. This is one of the reasons, xCloud, Xbox's gaming platform isn't allowed on there because they'd have to submit like each game on Games Pass individually.
Yeah, that sounds horrible.
So, what is it? Fortnite, Epic Games, the people behind it. I mean, they're worth billions now because of how much that game blew up. They are they're not happy with this. They're not happy with that 30% cut. But they don't want the money. They actually would be like, we'll bring the savings to you. So what is it? Today they updated it so that you can purchase either through the App Store, which is $10 for like 1,000 little magic coins, whatever they are. And then, but if you go pay through Epic directly, you only pay $8 because the 30% cut for the App Store is no longer there.
Okay.
But they did this without submitting it to Apple. So Apple removes Fortnite off the App Store. So billions of phones downloaded with Fortnite on there. They cannot download it again. And if it's updated any more, they will not be able to play it. So it's basically going to be obsolete on phone.
Wow.
Cool part of the story is Epic Games, like they released a brief, like basically like taunting Apple, like, hey, Apple's kind of not great for doing this.
Right.
This is why we implemented this new feature that Apple doesn't get any money from. I'm trying to find how they said it. Yeah, so they came out with that, and so then Apple removes it from the App Store because it doesn't fit their guidelines anymore. So then Epic Games tweets out like, we have a new Fortnite short, and it's basically them saying like, I don't know if you remember there's an old Apple commercial where it's just like a bunch of people like looking at a screen and like this big head talking to them, basically like that they're all getting like brainwashed.
Okay.
And then somebody runs in with a jackhammer and throws it at the screen, and then it comes up and is like, hey, in like 1984 or something, Macintosh will release their Mac computer so that 1984 won't be like 1984. Well, Fortnite released this full animated clip of Fortnite characters doing that, and they're like in Epic Games. Oh, hold on, I'm gonna look it up right now. They basically made a really good Epic. Let me look it up for. Again, yeah, because it's not about like the game or anything like that. It's about like how the monopoly of Apple is like. I mean, they're denying other streaming services on there.
Yeah, I don't like that. I know I know they own the phones and everything, but they
called it 1980 Fortnite because it's like 1984 the book. So yeah, this person like runs at, she's got left, of course, her Fortnite fucking like
pickaxe.
Pickaxe, which is like a unicorn, but she throws it at the screen and it's like an apple talking on the screen with like a worm coming out of it. And it's live. They're streaming it on Twitter like right now, but it's like Epic Games has defied the App Store monopoly. In retaliation, Apple is blocking Fortnite from billions of devices. Join the fight to stop 2020 from becoming 1984. Hashtag free Fortnite. And then they have a link below where you can go, and then they show that they're suing Apple right now because they have a monopoly and stuff like that, and that they don't want to pay that 30%, and they're asking people to write into Apple too, and so everything.
That's interesting.
And
I'm very curious about this case.
Breaking, they also just got removed off the Google store too, because Google also takes like a 30% cut, and they went behind their backs.
Yeah. Well, I don't blame the companies for doing that, I guess, because they feel like they have the right.
Yeah, but 30%?
I mean, it's too much.
For doing nothing.
I know. We need more competition in the market.
Which is why, and that's why everybody's like, everybody's like, oh, Fortnite, that's a childish game, something like that. But it's like Epic Games like has the money to pursue this. We're like many like small developers who like if you and me develop the game and put it on the App Store, 30% would be like a shakedown to us. They're like, oh man, they're really taking all of our cash.
That's ridiculous.
But Epic Games is like they have the money, so they're like making, and plus Fortnite, biggest game in the world, everybody's gonna like know about the story too.
I don't think it's gonna change much though. At least people's opinions. I mean, people are gonna hate Apple, but
here I am sitting with my Mac computer.
I mean, to like Apple's point of view, like they don't care. They're like, I don't care. We don't need Fortnite.
I know they're like they're a $1 trillion company.
Yeah, we're like, screw you guys. Good luck. Go find your own thing.
I know, it's so weird.
I don't know.
I'm curious as to where it goes because this like I didn't expect this today. I read that and I was like, oh, it's okay. So they just put in a different way to pay, and then it just blew up.
Yeah, dude, that's cool. I'm glad you mentioned that though, because that is interesting.
Yeah.
And I'm curious to see where, like I said, where the case goes. I could see them denying like. Because I think it should be free. I mean, free space. I mean, if it's your tech, they shouldn't be able to get that much.
Correct. I get in the sense of like, I get in the sense that they're providing the platform, and I'm sure they have. There's many tools that they give to you to put your thing on the platform of the App Store and develop things. But like 30% is a pretty big cut.
It's very steep.
Like 25 makes a little sense because that's like 1/4 of it. But that's like only 5%
even then,
difference.
think about how much. I mean, this is $1 billion company.
I know.
They could take 5% and still make billions and billions of dollars from everybody. But we're talking about young creators.
Yeah, I know.
You know, we're talking about small people trying to make become popular and make money, so they can keep making more cool things for us innovators. So we want to help them. We don't want to be taxing them 30% that goes straight to Apple. You know what I mean? They should be getting. Incentives. Like, they should be getting incentivized to do this. This
is like some companies, and this ties, I guess, to Epic Games. They have a game engine where people can build games on for free. Although they're using it for more than game engines now. They're doing it like The Mandalorian was filmed with it. But they have a thing where it's like if you don't make over $1 million, you owe us nothing. They're like, once you over us $1 million, then come talk to us.
Yeah,
but like
I think
before
awesome.
that, it's like before that, everything's free because that's how you get started.
I think that's one of the most amazing things that I've heard in the recent years. So, what you said is Microsoft, right?
What?
Or Epic?
Epic Games.
It was Epic Games.
Epic Games is fighting App. I mean,
I love that.
Microsoft's probably going to jump on the back of them because their xCloud system was denied for all Apple phones, which is like billions of places people can play games. So it's got to hurt. That's got to hurt Microsoft.
I hope this brings in more like whatever Apple is. What is that?
Big tech company.
Big tech companies.
Yeah. I doubt it. I mean, they're so big. I mean,
hey, it could happen.
It's Google, Apple, and then Microsoft. Yeah. What else is up there?
Nobody.
I don't think so.
But like I said, Amazon, and there's other companies that could step into that and maybe make good products. I don't know. As long as you have more, like I said, you just don't want a monopoly because then people do that bullshit like that, 30%.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
That's crazy. What are you doing?
I'm going to turn this fan off real quick.
Okay, cool. I'll just mumble.
I don't know if it's loud or not.
I don't think so. I mean, I don't think they can hear it.
I don't want to risk it.
You don't want to risk it? It's going to get hot in here, though.
How long have we been recording?
37 minutes. And that's with, like, we were... the listeners aren't going to hear us rambling at the beginning. I'm trying to set up on this mic. I mean, you can leave it off.
No, we'll leave it on.
All right, this is great content.
Minutes. What's the difference?
This
is great
content. He's back.
We'll leave all this in.
I think we should. It adds dynamics to it, you know?
If people feel like they're here with us.
If anybody else wanted to turn off their fan while we were turning off our fan, that's the time to do it. So just rewind a little bit and then go back and do it. And it's like you're in the room with us. So yeah, that was just a cool story that I saw come up because, I mean, they took off one of the biggest games from one of the biggest companies in the world.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Let's see. I was going to go check out Reddit maybe and see some top stories and discuss them.
Yeah. What was it? I was at work today and they were talking about, somebody was interviewing, it was like NPR. They were interviewing like one of the writers on Watchmen.
Okay.
And I was just this is just a brief guy. I was just thinking back to how good that show was. And like,
I know.
I wish there'd be a second season. But then maybe the second season would be garbage, and then I'd hate the whole show for that. So, like, the first season being as good as it was is worth it.
I doubt the second season would be bad. I mean, those guys, they're writers. They're professional writers.
I mean, the people on Game of Thrones were professional writers.
Those guys weren't writers. They literally aren't writers. David
aren't?
Benioff and I mean, they claim to be writers. They're not. They've never wrote anything successful in their lives.
David Benioff, I'm pretty sure, wrote a book.
Yeah, and it failed.
And he wrote the number one X-Men movie, X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Oh,
Yeah.
I take back everything I said.
Yeah.
This guy's amazing.
He's good.
No, that was the worst X-Men movie, and then that book I think flopped pretty hard. Or it's not like a. It's just like an. It's
He
just like
wrote it. It's like if I wrote it.
out.
Yeah, we
Right.
wrote a book.
He just says, "Oh,
Let's
I wrote
write
a
a
book."
book.
No, it's really bad. I've someone's read it and says it's trash.
Yeah.
I read a review for it.
Do you think that guy will ever come out with the book, J.R.R. Martin?
No,
No.
no way.
I feel like there's too much, I feel like there's too much pressure now.
I don't
Especially with how the
understand.
show ended. The show ended so phenomenally bad that like there is just so much. Everybody's just itching to read. Like, please tell me that's not what happens.
I don't. I think. I mean, there's so much more that happens in the books that I'm not going to get into. There's so many more characters and things that happen that like it's almost like impossible to see it going where it goes. Aside from Daenerys turning evil, but I actually always thought she was going to turn evil.
I mean,
anyway.
she's a Targaryen. It makes sense.
Right.
It's just the way they did it in the show did not make
It's
sense.
the way they did it because these guys aren't writers. Now, the first 4 seasons of the show are really great because they stick almost exactly to the script of the book.
But the problem there is J.R.R. Martin didn't write any more books for them to stick to the script of.
Yeah.
So it's not necessary. I mean, they did an awful job. I'm not putting the blame off of them. But it's not entirely their fault because they didn't have anything to go off of besides probably J.R.R. Martin going like, Daenerys is bad at the end.
Okay, but here's the catch, though. Again, these guys aren't professional writers. Well, and my point is, they could have got writers to write the story.
Correct. Like
I watched YouTube videos of people rewriting the ending and it being 10 times better. They're like, look, and I'm just a guy on YouTube who wrote this. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
they could have got a team of writers to make this 10 times better.
Well, what is it like? One of the episodes, one of the probably I guess the best episodes in the last season. I think before in Winterfell before. Okay.
They were all trash.
Did you think the one before
I did.
the White Walkers attacked Winterfell and they were all like, it was basically a moment with all the characters.
Yeah.
Did you think that one was pretty good? I thought that one was the best one of the season.
I mean, it might have been the best one on the season. But
Again, that's
to
a-
me,
that's a
not
low
saying
bar.
Much. I remember watching it and hating it.
Oh,
And
really?
I remember
liked that
saying I was
episode.
with Downey and like Emily, and I'm like, this episode
Was
was
the
trash
show?
because nothing happened in the episode. Like from the
Yeah, it
beginning
was
to the
like
end.
the calm before the storm.
Right. They just like talked about getting drunk. And I'm like, we learned nothing about the characters, nothing important, or what you do is
talking about?
you
What
build
is it-
up
what is it
things
that,
and then you have set up and a payoff. And
Yeah.
they built nothing up. Tyrion did nothing, not even in the battle. He did nothing ever.
Okay,
in the whole
yes,
season.
I agree. But I think that episode was a great like 1-2 punch if the second punch wasn't awful. Like if like it felt like
True, but
Like,
but
it
me
felt like it
watching
gets-
that, I think I knew it was like they're not going anywhere with this, are they?
it felt
Because
like a
shoulda
goodbye to the characters, but then a lot of them ended up living the next, so it didn't feel like it paid off in my mind.
Right. There was no like so they should have had like Tyrion going around saying like, okay, we're gonna bar the crypts up and we're gonna build some traps here and they're gonna have the like I want to see some strategy. I want to see some building plans for this fight and maybe talking about what they're gonna do with Cersei, you know, or different strategies, and then throw some monkey wrenches, like maybe lead us one way and then like, oh god, the White Walkers came from this entrance. We didn't expect that. You know what I mean? And kind of have some diversions, like
God.
a bunch of different things, but they
Yeah.
really just did nothing.
Yeah, maybe I'm just looking for the light. And
Yeah, no, but the
end of
episode
the
was
tunnel.
fine, but like it
was fine.
It could have been better.
Yeah, but the reason I brought that one up is because that one was like written by a guy who like watched he read all the books, loved them, and then he like got on to write a few of the episodes from like earlier seasons. And
okay.
but then he like didn't, and he was like, I remember because he did an interview and he was like crying about like, man, this is I loved writing on this show. It's my favorite show and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then they didn't get him, and I felt like he could have been great if he just wrote the rest of the season and the next season, and they had another season because they rushed this season.
Yeah, like, and if they would have slowed this down, then that's the
2
other
years
thing,
later,
you know.
we're still talking about it.
I know, and I will forever until the books come out and
Yeah.
erase this if they ever do.
Who do you think's gonna if J.R.R. Martin doesn't finish them? Do you think they'll get finished by some random writer?
So you ever heard of the Wheel of Time?
Yeah. We've talked about
we,
this before.
We talked about it
because
before.
the same guy who finished the Wheel of Time wrote the Arclight Chronicles.
The Stormlight Archive.
Yeah, I was close.
Yeah,
I was
his
close.
name's Brandon
Which you
Sanderson.
ditched. Yeah, you stopped reading.
I did stop reading it. It was a little boring for my taste.
Yeah.
I will probably finish it again because there's 1,200 page books and I read 2 of them.
So
Why
long.
stop now? You know,
Yeah, why stop?
already invested. But he could even probably finish it. Obviously he finished the Wheel of Time. There's probably a dozen really good authors that could come in and finish it. I don't want them to though.
Would any of them want to?
George R. R. Martin to finish it.
Yeah.
Before he dies, which is probably gonna be soon.
He's old. Now
He's
we're
like
gonna look
77.
up him. I'm gonna look him up.
He's in the 70s.
Yeah, I mean,
and
in comparison to him and Kathy O'Hara,
who looks better?
I'd say they look similar.
Who's gonna die first?
And he is older. He's 71. Yeah,
he's
71, but he's a little overweight.
But it takes him 8 years to write a book. And he's probably gonna. He says he's gonna write 2 more books, but I think there's gonna be at least 3.
You think he's just gonna like
There's
an
3.
epilogue in like the last book? Be like, yeah, so that's it.
I don't know, man.
This is what happens. Boom.
I think what he's doing right now, though, I think he's writing all of the ending, the entire book.
Oh, you think he's? Oh, that's smart.
Because he has to make it all tie together. So you don't want to just write like a book, put it out, and then be like, oh shit, oh wait, I didn't think of that. I got to change it, but I can't because it's already published. You know what I mean?
There's 2 more coming. Winds of Winter and then A Dream of
Spring. Yeah, but I think there's gonna be. I think he's gonna have to write another
third one
because they don't look like they're ending.
He's got Winter, Spring. So
they haven't even
fall and summer in there now too.
In the book,
it's just a poor naming scheme.
And if you haven't watched Game of Thrones, I apologize.
Yeah, we've just been spoiling the hell out of it. Sorry, guys.
But no, I'm gonna spoil. There's a spoiler here, so guys,
if you haven't already
15
been
seconds here. No, so in the books, like Jon Snow just died at the end of the 5th book. And you're probably thinking, oh, in the show, I don't even remember him dying. Oh, God, that was like 4 seasons ago. 5 seasons ago.
He dies like 4 times in the show, it feels like.
I thought, like, my dad joked, too. I remember we was reading the book, and he's like, oh, have you got to the part where Jon Snow dies yet? And I'm like,
no,
okay,
Dad.
Okay, they killed Robb Stark and everyone else, but Jon Snow is not going to die.
He's
and then I read it, and he died, and I was just like, fuck, I was shocked.
Yeah.
So he hasn't come back to life yet, in other words. I never knew who was until the show came out.
Oh, so he's dead in the book still.
He's just dead. Yeah, we don't know if he comes back. I'm assuming he does. I mean, come on. Even when he died, I was like, nah, there's no way. He's got to come back.
He's got to come back.
Anyway.
Dude, that's nuts. So, yeah, because I've never read any of the books, so I kind of didn't know. I only knew where the books like stopped because the show started to deteriorate.
Yeah. There's another Targaryen king. His name's... They call him Young Griff. He's like like Rhaegar's son. He's still alive, and they're breeding him. He's like 16 now. He's like a bat. They're training him to lead. He's got a whole army. He's got like 2 armies. Like in the book, there's just so much more going on.
Yeah.
So,
well, maybe they'll clean it all up in the prequel that HBO is apparently coming out with too.
Are they? That's still going on?
I think so. I mean, probably not now because of COVID. But
oh yeah, nothing's going on.
It's definitely in the works.
Okay, I'm
it's about that. It's about the war before all of this. Like
one of the wars,
the Targaryen and Baratheon uprising.
Oh,
like when Baratheon like takes down I
thought they weren't going to show that.
Oh, I thought that's what it was about.
It was the Long Night. I think they're doing the Long Night, which is when the first White Walker came to be. I think.
Yeah. God, just another plot thing that just got thrown to the wayside.
Oh man, they could have done so much cool stuff with that. I thought Bran was the White Walker, the White.
It would have been cool. Yeah. It's like,
I thought he was going to try to or like do his mind thing like he did to Hodor, but then while he was doing it, like go back when remember that guy was getting stabbed on the tree.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to work into him.
He's him.
Yeah. Don't turn me into a White Walker, and he was going to get turned while he was worked into that guy. And then become I call it White Walker. What's his name? Does he have a name? Oh, the Night King. The Night.
Yeah.
The Night King.
Ice King. What am I? Just Frozen? Is it a Frozen movie? Yeah, it's called House. It's House of the Dragon, is what it's called. The new prequel.
Oh, okay. So that would be some kind of Targaryen.
So it has a symbol of the Targaryen, the 3-headed dragon, on there. I don't know if they give another synopsis about it. I'm guessing it's about like the Targaryens, though.
Yeah,
that'd be the only thing that makes sense.
Do you want to know something else about the story?
What's
Do
up?
you know Tyrion is a Targaryen?
Is he though?
Have you heard that before?
I've heard that.
I think
theory.
I told you that before.
Yeah, a lot of people had that theory too. Like when I read online, but we don't know if it's true.
No, we don't, and we never will.
We probably won't.
But it's a cool theory. If it is true, they'll probably reveal it in the books. But even if they don't reveal it, it's so subtle hints there, and that's what I like about it. They don't have to reveal it. It's just like, here, if you figure this out, it's a little thing for you.
If anybody has any info on that, write in. Let us know.
Also, we don't have any emails. I know I was
No?
talking about emails. So if you're excited
That's
for the
fine.
email section,
Don't be.
write into
Were you
us.
telling me to be excited or the listeners?
The listeners, they were all
Okay.
probably on the edge of their seats being like, I can't wait to read some juicy emails. Yeah. Well, if you would write in, then we could read some.
Yeah, so
So
feel
blame
free to write
don't
in.
blame anyone
What's the
else
email?
but yourself. It's Dylan and Matt podcast at gmail.com.
All right.
I was thinking about changing our name to Just Chillin'.
Just Chillin' Podcast?
Like Just Chillin' with
at
Matt and
Gmail.
Dylan.
Oh, change the whole name of the podcast.
Yeah.
Instead of Chillin' with Matt and Dylan, Just Chillin' with Matt and Dylan.
Just Chillin' with Matt and Dylan. And then like have it just be Just Chillin'. Maybe
Just
would be like
Chillin'.
our, like we wouldn't say Matt and Dylan. We'd just say Just Chillin'.
Chillin'? We could do that.
I don't know. It's a
Write
thought.
in.
Write in if you like that, or if you have any other suggestions.
Yeah, let us know if you got any good. Yeah, if you got any good names,
Oh yeah, I was thinking of another thing. We
we
have
can crowdsource it.
we have fans. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know how everyone have a nickname for their group of fans.
What are they called?
I don't know. What we
Oh,
should
I thought
call
you had
our
an idea.
fans.
Oh,
No,
I don't know.
Honestly, don't.
Yeah, you can't really do
don't
much
have
with
anything
chillin'.
No, I don't have anything. But if you guys write in, come up with something for us to call our fans. There's probably nothing. I don't know. I just thought it would be funny to talk about. We also got a lot of new subscribers
Oh, did we?
recently.
Oh, yeah,
I
because
was telling you. So I hosted trivia, and I did a little advertising.
which went well.
It went
right?
really well. Everyone
That's
liked
good.
it. I think. That's
Good.
what
I mean,
that's
would
what
they have
said to my
told you if they
face.
didn't?
I hope not.
I feel like
I would hope not. No, I think it was fun. I thought it went really well.
It sounded
And
fun from the
from the last podcast.
Yeah.
When I talked all
which
about
has aired by now.
yeah, hopefully. Yeah, so I advertised, and I've got we got like six subscribers now. Boom, baby! We had one
right.
the week before, and it was me. So
Oh, so you subscribed to it?
No, I was just kidding. I don't know who that
I don't
was.
even think I have.
Probably
yet.
Ray. You're not subscribed to us?
No, I don't. I should do that. I'm gonna
I
do
also
it
had.
right now.
I was gonna name our channel Hyperspinning Robo. By the way.
Why? How does that make any sense with our podcast?
Well, I was gonna be like an overarching company.
Okay, well, how does that make sense with the overarching company name?
Well, it's a cool name. It's funny. It's from Earthbound. There's a hyperspinning robot. I just thought it was.
Is
hilarious
Earthbound a
name.
game?
Yeah, it's with Ness from
Oh,
Nintendo character.
I never knew where he
Yeah.
came from. I just thought they just threw him in there.
Okay.
Just they needed a kid
Just like-
in Super Smash
This
Bros.
guy looks interesting. No, it's one of my favorite games growing up. So it's a big part of my childhood. And
Is that what that picture is?
It's a
Yeah, we gotta
hyperspinning
fix
robo.
that. We gotta fix that. I don't
No,
like that.
That's his
As a
hyper.
co-host of this podcast, I did not vote for that.
I know. Well,
I'm unsubscribed.
it's a little robo.
Unsubscribed.
He spins really fast. I guess I don't know. It's just a picture. And Mighty Bear 7. That's also from Earthbound. It's a really clever, funny game. It's quirky. It's got a lot of jokes in it. And so I thought Hyperspinning Robo would be a funny name for it. Because we'll have
Overarching.
more. We weren't not just going to do podcasts. We're not going to just stop here. We're going to have Twitch accounts and stuff. I don't know what we're going to do. But I want to pave a road so we have the avenues in case we want to do something.
Okay, well we'll workshop that name too.
Okay.
Let's not settle in it right now.
All right, that's
We'll
that's a
cover
working
that.
title. It's right on. If you like the title, if not, I had some other ones. Blind Fox. I thought like Blind Fox Productions.
That's
And it'd be like
I mean,
a
I like
fox with like
that.
a blindfold, like
Well, you can't see where he's going.
yeah, like Bird Box.
Is that insensitive?
There's a Bird Box,
Bird
that
Box?
movie?
Yeah.
Birdcage?
With what's her name? The girl from Gravity.
Yeah, Sandra Bullock.
Yeah, I was gonna say Anne Hathaway.
There's a book. There's a book, the sequel to it, the movie.
Is it called the sequel to the movie?
No, I don't
Bird
know what it's
Box?
called.
So was
So it's
Bird Box
based off
originally
a book.
Okay.
Yeah, and I just found that out, and I heard there's a sequel to it, and it's really good. So I was like, maybe I'll check that out.
Well, I'm just gonna wait for the new Netflix film, Bird Box 2.
I never said they're gonna make another film.
I mean, if the first one was a hit, I think everybody was talking about
That's
it.
a good
So
point.
much people were doing like challenges where they were blindfolding themselves and like driving.
Get out of
You didn't see
here!
that?
No.
Yeah, there's like a bunch of like
That's
people
insane.
are like, don't do that. Netflix had to come out and be like, hey, don't do the Bird Box challenge while you're driving, you idiots.
Wow. That's messed up, man.
Yeah, the Bird Box challenge. Let's say Bird Box 2. I'm gonna Google it right now.
Yeah, Google if that's real.
It says how Bird Box author Josh Allen wrote a sequel to the Netflix's biggest movie ever.
It was actually a good movie. It had some stupid parts, but for overall,
How
I really
they
liked it.
blindfolded themselves was stupid.
No, I thought it was with the movie
I
or
just,
people in real life.
it just felt like they took The Quiet Place and they're like, okay, but instead of ears, let's do eyes.
I mean, that's exactly what it is.
It's like, what is the next one gonna be? Like someone with your. I mean, what is it? There's hearing, taste,
Touch,
smell, touch.
You could only touch the.
You have to have your hand on the monster at all times. If you didn't, they would know where you are.
No, or how about just invisible monsters?
But that's sight, isn't that? That's kind of like the same. That's like Bird Box reverse.
Exactly. Isn't that what we're trying to do?
So you have to have your eyes open at all times. It's like when you
can't
close your eyes.
Don't close your eyes.
They become uninvisible.
All right.
Visible is the word I was meant to say there.
No, how about
I like this segment of the podcast.
you can close your eyes.
Movie idea.
When you close your eyes, you see the monsters.
Oh.
But when you open your eyes, or you can't see where you're going. But when you open your eyes, you can see where you're going, but you can't see the monsters.
I think that's a little too similar to Bird Box though, because they close their eyes in there.
Okay,
That'd be a dope take though. I think that's cooler than if you're just because the fact that you know where the monsters are and your eyes are closed,
but that's
you
not scary.
don't know what you're running into.
Oh, I guess that's cool.
That's cool.
Right, but that's
All right,
kind of the
Netflix,
same
hit
thing.
us up. Yeah.
Because they have. I don't know. But what are the other senses? Smell, so you can smell monsters.
Smells the one that
It smells really bad, and you know you're about to die.
Well, most of them have to do with like you can't make noise, and you can't look at them, so you can't smell them.
You have to plug your nose.
You
can't breathe.
Ooh, that's too. Everybody would die.
You'd have to hold your breath for like a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
so, like, you can see
killed.
you can see the monster. Well, that's kind of like I feel like that's also like a quiet place because then you're making noise.
How about they are attracted to carbon dioxide? So when you breathe out, they like go into your mouth and like eat your insides. So as when they come by, you got to hold your breath for as long as you can, you know, and it gets this real tense scene.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
you have like these grenades, but they're just carbon dioxide grenades. You throw them, and they think there's somebody over there breathing out.
Great, yeah.
All right.
And those are really valuable too. And there's
people love them.
And there's people who steal them, like Machine Gun Kelly steals like a bunch of them from the good people.
Like the artist?
He's in the movie Bird Box. You don't remember that?
I didn't see Bird Box.
Oh gosh. Okay. Yeah, he steals like all their
in
food
the movie?
and then he like leaves.
Oh man, I always knew he was
He's a
bad
dick.
person, even in real life.
I know. Man. That's why nobody likes him, because he's a dick in Bird Box. Anyway,
maybe I should watch Bird Box. I don't know. Just didn't feel
pretty good.
Yeah, maybe
movies are hard to watch nowadays. I feel like. Long TV shows are hard to watch.
Yeah,
movies are even harder than that.
I have to like really, if I want to watch a movie, I have to like know, I have to know going like into like when I wake up, I'm gonna watch a movie tonight, and I like plan out my schedule around watching a movie at night.
Yeah, me too.
So what is it? I just watched like last week on like Saturday or Friday. I watched Kick-Ass, the first one,
classic.
Yeah, such a good movie.
Is your first time watching it?
No, I've seen it before. I was like, I wanted something, and I was like, that's funny, and it's got action in it. I'm gonna start that.
Yeah, very good movie. I love it.
And I'm gonna bring up one more thing. Are you a fan of Avatar?
The Last Airbender? Yes.
No, the Blue Pea. Oh, okay. Oh, that's actually a good segue. Do you know about the Last Airbender? The new news about that?
Go ahead and tell me. What is it?
Okay, it is that like 2 years ago, they announced that the co-creators of Avatar: The Last Airbender, the animated feature, and Korra were going to work on a live-action show for Netflix.
Okay.
And this is, of course, after the awful, absolutely awful
M. Night Shyamalan
movie that I have yet to see. I've seen GIFs. Like, just this year, I looked up a GIF of it, of people rock bending. And it's like 6 people stomping on the ground, and then like one head-sized boulder floats into view. And that's all they did, apparently, for like their whole like dance chant thing. Anywho, don't watch that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so then apparently the news came out like yesterday that the creators left the show, and they're like, the creative vision, they weren't allowing us to do what we wanted to do. And so they're like, we wish them the best of luck, but anything that appears on screen on Netflix is not what we wanted.
I think it's noble, because it's probably gonna be shit.
Yeah,
right?
It feels like this is now the second time a live action version of their idea, their world is going to get absolutely probably slaughtered. Like, I just got in a sense of like the Netflix, the people up in the office, high up. Like, why not just give them all give them the stuff that they need.
Maybe it's too expensive.
Look what they made.
I don't know. To me,
Netflix spends so much money, man.
They do. But maybe they're cutting their.
They put Avatar and Korra on Netflix, and everybody's been going bonkers about that.
I know, but it's very cheap to do that. to build a live act, all the CGI and everything. That
But they know how much
require.
people are invested into Avatar too.
I know. I would love it. Actually, I don't know. I just watched the cartoon again.
I know. It's like everybody's like, oh, well, I mean, it's a great animated show, but I think it'd be it would be cool if they got the live action well done.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it would be pretty good.
But it's not going to be anymore because they left.
I feel like it wouldn't be good though, because it's so like there's such a charm to the cartoon. The characters are funny, they're fast, quirky things.
And the animation like provides that quirkiness.
Yeah, it does.
Especially the bending too.
Oh yeah, they can do all kinds of cool stuff with animation. Obviously.
Yeah, CGI might look a little goofy.
Yeah, they have to cut a lot out or look goofy. But also, like I said, the quirkiness, it's like a kid's show. It's for kids, and like, I just feel like it'll lose a lot of that good, fun quirkiness. The reason we all
it might get a little cringy, which is what the M. Night Shyamalan probably turned into, with real life actors.
Yeah,
acting out some of the stuff.
I mean, that's how Death Note was. Death Note was the cringiest, worst thing I've ever seen.
The movie, right? The adaptation.
Yeah, it was the live action.
I remember I talked about it, and you told me like,
it's
no,
bad.
don't ever.
They basically take everything good about the story and like just turn it down to stupid stuff, and then make a movie out of it. And it's like, why? Why'd you do that? So, I don't know. I'm nervous. So are they still gonna make The Last Airbender, or is it trashed?
I think they're still. I think Netflix is still going forward with it.
Okay,
they're just those guys are now gone. The head creative directors are now not on it anymore.
I don't know. I mean, it's been like 20 years, 15 years or something, right?
Yeah. Since Avatar?
Since Avatar: Last Airbender.
I think, didn't it come out like 2001? Is that right?
Yeah, it's 2020.
No. I know. I'm agreeing with you. I'm just trying to remember like, when it came out. I was like, that sounds about right.
Yeah. And because Korra was more
2005.
2005. So 15 years ago.
Yeah.
So I'm like, maybe they don't have the same creative capacities they used to, 15 years is a long time.
I mean, I feel like they do, though. I mean, they came out with like that Dragon Prince on Netflix,
Was that good?
Apparently, after the first season, it got real good.
Okay, really?
I haven't watched. I just know the first season of it, like the frame rate was really janky.
Okay, I can get past that.
And but then the second and like third season, because Rec, my roommate, we watched the first season and we're like, this is fine. And then his sister told him to watch the second and third season, and he went and did that. And he's like, it gets real good.
Oh, cool.
I just haven't watched it yet.
Yeah. All right, I'll put that on my list. I'll watch that and tell you guys how it is next a month from now.
Yeah.
the next episode of the podcast.
So yeah, that's a bummer that they're doing that. And then what is it? Yeah, Avatar: The Blue People got delayed again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like 34 by the time the last movie comes out. What is it? 2028 is when Avatar 4 is scheduled.
Wow.
If they come out with Avatar 4, we'll see how well Avatar 2 and 3 does.
Yeah. I don't know. I never liked we're talking about the Blue People, right?
Yeah,
I don't care much for that.
Oh man, I loved it.
It did nothing for me. I'll be honest.
That's okay.
Everyone really liked it. I'm like, this story's kind of lame.
Yeah, the story. I think I'm one of my favorite movies. I'm a big defender of it. Yes, everybody's like, oh, it's just Pocahontas with like blue people and aliens. I think that's okay though, in a sense that everything else was so different about that movie. Mm-hmm. I mean, like it was all CGI that you needed something to base it off of that people knew. Kind of how you go to like The Force Awakens, the new Star Wars movie. Star Wars hadn't been out for a while, so they went back to like what they know works. Mm-hmm. And everybody liked that movie, and then they tanked real hard after that. So that's why I always defend Avatar. It's like everything else was. I mean, it was a full CGI, full character. Everybody was in. They filmed it in a warehouse with all green screen. They needed something like if the story was bananas, then everything would be bananas. It'd be too much, It'd be too much sensory. What is it? Overload.
So for me, like I'm more of a. I just like stories for most things.
Most people probably like say that that's wrong, and that I just love the movie.
I mean, like I said, I don't really even like the Marvel movies that much. You know what I mean? But I feel like those are more like spectacle movies. Even Avatar,
they're blockbuster movies. They're in a sense blockbuster movies.
Well, but yeah, they're more like it's more about like spectacle, and like look how much stuff we can do, and look how these guys are fighting over here and they're flying around, and it looks really cool and neat, and there's some cool things that they do. But yeah, for me, like I prefer like a small budget, good story, good character arcs. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, I get it. I get it.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not
like
saying
them
I
too.
don't like. I do like some Marvel movies. I like some Spider-Man movies and stuff like that. But you know what I mean. Like for the most part, though, the spectacle stuff,
Yeah.
not for me. And I feel like that's what Avatar was trying to go for.
Oh, Blue People Avatar? Sorry. Yeah, definitely. It was absolutely going for spectacle. It was like the first full 3D movie that actually used 3D to like its advantage.
Right. And it looked good.
And not just have stuff like I just remember the 3D where like things would fly at you like constantly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, did you ever see Spy Kids?
No.
No? Oh man, never mind then. They had a part where they just like he swipes the table and just things fly all at the screen and it looks garbage.
Oh, you have to wear the glasses?
Yeah, you had to wear the glasses.
Oh yeah. No.
I saw it in theaters because that was pretty cool.
Yeah, Spy Kids. Mom, take me to see Spy Kids. Okay.
That was cool. I drove
That's
myself
cool,
in grade school. So yeah.
So a few other things I want to mention real quick. So one thing, this is kind of sucks. I think I have a hernia. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, that's where like your stomach tissue comes out through the ab.
Yeah, your stomach line, like your muscles.
When you push too hard.
Yeah, exactly. I took a huge shit the other day.
So what happened?
No. So I work out a lot, and I don't know. I do deadlifts, I do squats, and it just started hurting a little bit. And then weeks and weeks on, it just kind of hurt more and more and more. So I'm going to the doctor next week on Monday to see if I have a hernia. And it kind of sucks though because it'll stop me from working out for a little while.
Yeah.
And I have to have surgery probably, but I'll see what the doctor says. So that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
So I just want to.
Sucks pretty awful.
I'll give you guys an update on that later. I know I'm pissed. I get a lot of injuries. I'm just an injury prone guy. Wasn't expecting to have this happen though, but anyway.
Quarantine.
So
Working
on a more
out too
positive.
much.
What?
I said quarantine. Because of quarantine, you're working out too much.
I know.
And
Goddamn
now
COVID.
you gotta
2020
have-
sucks, man.
2020 is awful. Besides this dope new podcast.
Hello. Let's go, baby. One good thing came out. I was going to talk about this card game too. All right. It's called The Crew. Have you heard of The Crew?
I've not heard of the video game The Crew, but I've not heard of the card game.
No, it's not that. I don't even know what that is. But I don't know. I'm not gonna explain the rules or anything like that. It's a trick-taking game, so you're working together. Everyone's on a team.
Oh, I love those games. I hate games where I'm against everybody.
Really?
Yeah, you know that. We played like that Avalon game.
Oh yeah.
And I hate being it because I'm just
It's
bad
not
at
for everyone.
I like having a good time with my friends, and that just makes me feel like I'm under pressure.
It's a lot of
and
pressure.
I'm like on stage, and I hate that. I don't want to do that. That's why I
Hey.
never play. I like
I
watching.
know.
But continue. Sorry.
I understand, man. I totally understand. But this game is like we're all working together to do these missions in space, you know. So there's like a book that has 50 missions, and you're trying to take. It tells you like you have to take these certain amount of tricks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And you're working together, and it's a lot of fun. I was playing with my mom and dad this whole week. My dad became obsessed with it. He was like every night, even today. He was like, we already played the entire game, and he's like, wait, let's go to your sister's and play more. And I'm like, and I bought it because I knew he'd like it.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy.
What's it called again?
The Crew.
The Crew.
It's
okay.
really highly rated on like BoardGameGeeks.com or whatever, where they rate all the popular games that are coming out.
And so it's like each time you play, like things are different or so. Or is
Yeah,
it like
exactly.
Okay.
Exactly, because you're drawing cards, and you draw cards from like that's like the mission. You'll draw like 7 random cards, and those cards like what you have to work towards. But there's also a bunch of different wrenches, and you can play from 3 to 5 people.
Okay.
And it's gonna get harder the more people you have. And there's all kinds of there's little rules to make it easier. But it's a fun mind game. Like it's a fun like strategy.
Is it stressful, or is it just, or do you laugh out loud occasionally, like, oh, that was silly?
I think it's fun. We had a lot of fun, and we messed up.
I'm just curious because that
We
sounds like
messed
a
up.
good game for like my family too.
Yeah, I think it's good for everyone. And actually, Jeff Marchiafava actually played it. He recommended it on one of the podcasts.
Who's he from?
Jeffem?
Yeah.
From the Min Max podcast. Check that out too. It's this, anyway.
It's another podcast we listen to.
Yeah, it's another podcast. Good stuff. So it's just a good game that we played, and I got some other games coming out. And then friends camping this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
We're both really excited to go too, right?
Yeah. I'm going golfing tomorrow with them too.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
No.
I also have shoulder impingement. We won't go
Yeah,
into too
you got a
much of this.
hernia and shoulder.
But, like, if I turn my arm like
you're
this,
gonna have to
after that,
take it slow
like, it
this
hurts.
weekend.
I'm scared.
Just don't do anything crazy.
I'm gonna drink a lot.
Don't do that. That does not help a hernia.
I know. I'm like, it's probably the worst thing you could do for a hernia, to be honest. But I don't know. Whatever. I'm not worried about that. We're having fun this weekend. That's the
I'd be
goal.
worried about it. Just maybe like ease up on it a little bit. You know.
I mean, I'm not gonna dance or anything.
I mean, if you have a few drinks, you might.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm afraid of, to be honest. But
Yeah. Well,
I don't know, man. It is what it is. It's not too bad. I'm not in that much pain, but I don't want it to get worse.
I
want to fix it before it gets any worse. That's why I'm going to the doctor. So
yeah, that's smart.
Should be okay.
What a grown adult should do.
I know. Normally I don't see the doctor for anything because I'm a
doctor
badass.
in years. Things could be going very wrong with me.
Just get it physical, man.
Yeah, maybe. Not right now. Now with COVID out there.
Yeah, it's too risky.
So we'll see.
You get more sick going to the doctor.
Yeah.
With COVID going around.
So yeah.
All right. Well, I think that's a pretty good show today.
I think that's a great show. We're at about an hour and like 9 minutes.
That's a perfect time. So any longer, nobody would listen.
No, they might not be listening right now.
If you're still listening, write in.
Yeah.
Dylan and Matt podcast. Tell us how you like the show.
Yeah.
And we love you guys for listening. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you so much for listening. Again, feel free to subscribe to the channel, write in an email for next time, and we'll go over it. This time we didn't have any emails, so we're looking forward to maybe one next time.
I know. I hope so. Should we post this on Spotify too? Is it time?
I think we have to have a hosting service, don't we?
Should we start paying for a hosting service?
We could.
Write in, guys, if you want us to if you prefer to listen to this on Spotify
or any other podcasting network, rather
anywhere,
than YouTube.
Apple Podcasts. They took 30% of our proceeds.
Yeah, we just have to think about how much we don't like them. No, we just won't sell anything through Apple Podcasts.
Yeah.
Through Apple Podcasts. all the merch is going to be on our website.
That's right. We got to get some merch going, man.
Yeah. So thank you again to everybody who's listening, and we will talk to you guys next time.
Peace.